film Alive is a true story of how a Uruguayan rugby team on the Fairchild flight was forced to survive after their plane crashed high into the Andes Mountains in October 1972. Since the crash was during the winter, they had little resources to forage. Their ordeal lasted 70 days. The plane wasn't stocked with much food, so the only nourishment available to them was souvenirs purchased for friends and family, mostly chocolate and wine. Alcohol can actually trick your mind into thinking you're warm. It is a vasodilator, which means you can drink it, it dilates the peripheral blood vessels near your skin, and makes you lose your heat from the core of your body. So it feels like you're warm because your skin is warm, but your organs inside aren't. In some cases, alcohol was used as an antiseptic or to treat infection. After the pilot said he was dehydrated, the first reaction was to give him snow. Eating snow actually lowers your body temperature, which makes it easier to get hypothermia. To prevent that from happening, you want to preserve your body heat by melting the snow first so it is drinkable. In the beginning of the film, the survivors spotted a plane in the sky that dipped its wings. Thinking the plane saw them and that they would be rescued the next day, they made the mistake of eating all of their food the night before instead of preserving it. After days of waiting, they had nothing to eat, which caused some to starve to death. As you can see from these shots, some survivors covered their heads to keep the warmth in. Others didn't, which was a bad idea since you lose heat in your head the fastest out of any other part in your body. Throughout the night, there would be major blizzards coming in towards the open part of the plane. To prevent the snow from piling up, they built barriers with their luggage and other items available. They could have also collected rocks to fill in the cracks for extra shelter. After living in the cold for a month or so, they developed better survival techniques. They used the aluminum foil from inside the plane and put snow on it to melt it for water, and they also removed the plane's seat covers to use as blankets for more warmth. Some even wrapped them around their feet. A lot of them were wearing wool sweaters to keep them warm, which was smart since wool has a wicking capability that makes it good for survival. Its material draws water away from your skin to the outer layer of your clothes where it evaporates from there. They also kept warm by burning the wood of a guitar to make a fire. To light it, they took the matches they had for their cigarettes. As time went on, with fewer food and resources available to them, they had no other option but to resort to cannibalism. They also took the clothing off the bodies for more insulation. They did everything they could to get someone to find their rescue signals. They first tried hooking up the radio to communicate with the outside world, but they found out that the transmitter was in the tail of the plane that got broken off by the mountains. Some of the survivors eventually set out to look for the tail of the plane. Since they had to stay overnight, they made the wise choice of using the rock outcroppings as shelter to block off the direction of the wind. After days of searching, they found the tail of the plane in places with civilization. They ended up connecting the transmitter to send out the signal for help and were saved.